While Jamaica isn't water bankrupt, experts warn that parts of the island are showing signs of depleting reserves. In part 2 of our special report, Sandy Williams examines where Jamaica's water system is most vulnerable and what's being done to protect it.
At the Water Resources Authority, the focus is on balance, using water without exhausting it.
The water resources right now are being used and they're being replenished. However, the impact of climate change will have an impact on the rate of replenishment, as well as how much we use the water, how often, how hard or not.
And not all parts of Jamaica are feeling the pressure equally.
The resources in the southern part of Jamaica are a bit more utilized because you have more demand in the south, more population and industries, while the north will have a more available water, but the demand is not as strong in the north in that sense. So we have a situation where the demand is, the water is more limited, and so the surplus is, if you want to call it a surplus, is more in the part of the place where the population of the demand is not as great.
That imbalance has already triggered red flags. The Rio Cobra Basin is under a long-standing moratorium. This means no new water abstraction is allowed. The Ligani Aquifer in Kingston is near full capacity, and the Yalas Aquifer is under stress. Now, as regulators monitor aquifers and restrict abstraction, the rural water supply is working on the front lines in remote communities.
But the systems that we tend to install are usually based on the WRA's investigations and approval that yes, we can extract water.
Many of those systems are now powered by solar energy, boosting resilience while cutting emissions. Where there is no nearby river or well, the solution again turns to the sky. Jamaica has 326 colonial catchment tanks, many of them still serving rural communities.
We try to implement rainwater harvesting systems in terms of rehabilitating the catchment tanks for areas that, for instance, the water supply, there's no close proximity of a river, a source, a natural source.
Saltwater intrusion, where seawater contaminates fresh water underground, is another growing threat along the southern coast.
Because whenever your pumping level drops below sea level, that's when you're going to really induce saline intrusion. So we do regular monitoring to ensure that that doesn't happen.
The solution, experts agree, is not just finding more water, but using less of it more efficiently, especially in agriculture, which consumes 75% of the world's fresh water.
What it means, we're the highest consumer, use the most. So invariably, if you're looking for anywhere you have to be conserved and be more efficient, that is where you have to go.
The National Irrigation Commission is pushing modern technology, from drip irrigation, which uses up to 95% efficiency, to smart pumps that only draw water when it's needed.
So we have to embrace technology. We also have to talk to the farmers to say you have to start to apply water to your crop in a scientific way. And I mean by you have to start to use crop water requirement. If you need 7 millimeters for today irrigation need, that is what you have to put on. You can't be just irrigating for the entire day. That is woefully inadequate and inefficient.
The government is also planning a major shift behind the scenes, digitizing Jamaica's water monitoring systems.
Going forward, that will give us real-time data that will allow us to make real-time decisions.
Water bankruptcy is not a distant threat. It is already unfolding across the globe. Now, Jamaica has time, but time, like water, is running out. I am Sandy Williams, reporting for TVJ News.